So in today's video, we are going to show you how to work with Windows, how to modify your system, how to edit your system, how to troubleshoot your system. We will be showing you the entire process of how to do things on your PC that you may or may not have known. So before we get started, I just want to introduce myself. I am Benedict Iligani, and my group members are going to be Vidal, Ho, Socorro, and Tamayo. We are going to be presenting one by one each of the activities that we made and present and maybe explain to you how things work around here. So let's head straight into it.
Windows. And I am Cyrus Lubal. So let's start. Project 1-1. Explore the history of the computer. So number one, start and log on to any computer with the internet access. So yun, inopen ko lang yung laptop ko. Then binrowse ko lang to. So ito siya. And number two, determine the answers to the following. Which three pieces were released in 1977? So, meron tayong tatlo. Apple II, Commodore PET, or Personal Electronic Transactor. Ang pangatlo ay ang TRS-80 or Tandy Radio Shock 80. What was the first non-kit PC developed in 1973? So, ang PC na non-kit PC developed ay the Xerox Alto. So sa what important data storage medium was released in 1983? The siya, CD-ROM or compact disc radio only, read-only memory. So sa D, what does ASCII stand for? And in what year did it come out? The ASCII stands for American Standard Code for Information Interchange, and it was published in 1963 and standardized in 1968 by ANSI. Sa fifth question ay, what was the name of the first fully transistorized computer, which was developed in 1985? So, ito siya, ang Harwell Cadet. Yung Cadet stands for Calculations Development Tool. Ayan. What input and output devices were used by the Manchester Mark I computer? Input devices, punch cards, and paper tape. Yung output devices ay teleprinter and also known as a teletypewriter. And cathode ray tube or CRT, display for debugging purposes. So, in what year was the World Wide Web born? Via development of hypertext, markup language HTML or HTML, and who developed HTML? So, yan. Ang nag-develop ng HTML ay si Tim Berners-Lee, a British scientist at CERN. So, the World Wide Web was born in 1989 or to 1990, with HTML developed in 1991. So, dako tayo sa number 3. Visit the visit the Hobbes Internet Timeline. Timeline 10. Hobbes Internet Timeline copyright 1993 to 2016 by Robert H. Zacon by assessing with ito. Determine the following answer. So sa A, sa first question na BitNet, one of the predecessors of the internet, was launched in 1981. What does BitNet stand for? BitNet stands for because it's time network. Ayan. What worm struck the internet in 2001? The worm striking internet in 2001 was Code Red and also Nimba. Sa third question ay, what food could you order through the internet in 1994? So in 1994, you could order pizza via internet by Pizza Hut. So sa fourth question ay, what famous person sent an email in 1976? It was Queen Elizabeth II. Sa fifth question ay, what country offered internet voting for local elections in 2005? So, ito siya, Estonia. Ang sixth question ay, in 2008, what kind of network did NASA test? It was Disruption Tolerant Networking or DTN. So, yung number 4 sa steps, yun lang. Pinlose ko lang yung browser. So, punta na tayo sa project 1-2. Explore the Windows 10 interface. So, gaya kanina, start your Windows 10 computer. So, hindi ko na wala na picture. Pati yung number 2, dahil alam naman natin na to. Skip ko na. So, notice the taskbar. Ito siya. Ito siya. Ito. Hindi ito. Ayan, makikita natin sa picture. Click start to view the available applications you can run and tasks you can complete record option. So, ito siya. Click start. Ito, start. On Windows 8.1 and 10, skip to. Sa 6, right click the bottom, the start button and then click command prompt. Notice the command prompt admin. So ito, click daw natin yung start button, right click. Pinapahanap niya ay right click command. Pero wala siya dito. Tor command. Ito siya. So okay. Punta tayo sa number 7. Type help. So search na natin siya. This one. Ano sabi? So yan. Help and press enter. Help. So ayan siya. Sa number 9, right click start. Ito siya. Start. And click Computer Management. So, ano tayo dito? Ayan. Which is, ito yung nakikita natin ngayon sa ating computer. So, number 10, what types of device you can see on the display? Ito siya. Balik natin ulit. Ito siya sa device manager. Nakikita natin. So, number 10 naman, ano yung mga ma-observe natin? Ito. Number 11, double click the processors. So, double click natin siya. Processors. Ayan, ito yung lalabas. So, ayan, close. Exit na natin. Punta na tayo sa Project 1-3. View devices and device drivers in Windows 10. So, ito, di ko napapakita. So, right-click the start, then click Device Manager. Device Manager. Device Manager. So, ito. Pumunta tayo ngayon sa Device Manager. Ito na sabi. Double-click keyboards. Keyboards. Double-click keyboards. Ayan. So, number 4, double-click keyboard description under keyboards to open up keyboard proper. Ayan. So, sa number tab escape. So, ito. Click the driver tab. So, what we next? Device manager. Keyboards. Keyboards. Ito, driver. Ito siya. Driver. Ayan. So, number 7, ito. Driver's details. Ito na, napakita na natin to. So, skip. Punta na tayo sa last part. Project 1-4. Examine multitasking in Windows 10. Start your computer. Ito, hindi na. So, ito siya. Number 2, click in the search, the web and window text box to the start button. Type notepad. Ito siya. Notepad. Click natin. Yun. Ito siya. So, number 3, click search web. Ito, extra natin to dahil di na daw siya kailangan. Search naman natin yung calculator. Yes. Next na natin. Ito. Click search web and type paint. Paint. Wait, dami. Ayan. Wait lang, i-next ko yung calculator. So, ayan. Dito sa sinasabi, notice that an icon appears for each application. Ito mga i-next ko na kanina. Okay. Ayan, makikita mo sila. Ito yung calculator yung sa number 5, paint. So, click natin. So, number 6, press Control Alt D. No, note that if you're using a dot, etc., click Task Manager, dito lang siya. Ayan. Which is makikita natin dito sa picture. Click natin yun, Task Manager. Number 7, ito. Yung Task Manager, you see list of programs. This only shows the programs you started that have open window. Click more details. The process tab selected. You see selections. Ito. Processes. Naminis na natin. So, in Task Manager, click Performance. Performance. Ito. Next na natin. So, X na natin siya lahat. And, ayun na, done na.
Hi, my name is Dana, and I'll be showing you how to use the Windows search function. Windows 10 offers a convenient search program to quickly find files and start applications. So I'll be showing you how to use Search the Web and Windows search box in Windows 10. First, start and log on to your Windows 10 computer. Click the Search the Web and Windows text box right below. Next, to the Start button. Type file. Notice that the operating system interactively searches as you are typing. Next is click File Explorer in the search results menu to start File Explorer. Close the File Explorer window. As an alternative, you can start a program by entering its file name in the search box. Click the Search the Web and Windows text box. Type explorer.exe. Press Enter or click explorer.exe in the search results to start File Explorer. Close File Explorer. Click the Search the Web and Windows text box. Type cmd and press Enter. You'll see the command prompt window. In the command prompt window, type dir at the command prompt and press Enter to list the directories and files in your current directory. Type dir/a and press Enter. You will see a long list of files and directories, including system and hidden files. The /a option in the dir command specifies that all files should be listed. And then close the command prompt window and let's move on to the next video. Next, we'll be browsing the Windows 10 registry. So just a disclaimer, be careful not to make any changes to the registry. The registry editor does not have a save or OK function. So any changes you make take effect immediately. Also, there is no undo key. So let's get on with it. First, let's log on to Windows 10 if necessary. Click to search the web in Windows text box. Type regedit, press enter and click yes. You see an interface like File Explorer that shows 5 folders called keys. Each key contains information about different aspects of the system, such as hardware settings, user environment settings, application settings, and Windows system settings. In the left pane, click to expand H key underscore local underscore machine slash software slash Microsoft slash Windows slash current version slash authentication, and then click the logon UI. The right pane displays a number of values related to the current user. In the left pane of the registry editor, navigate to H key underscore current underscore user slash control panel. Right click control panel and click find. In the find dialog box, click to uncheck keys and data, leaving only values checked. In the find what box, type wallpaper and click find next. The value shows the path to the wallpaper used by the current user. Close the registry editor and stay logged in for our next tutorial. So now we'll work with MMC and Group Policy Editor. We'll be using the Microsoft Management Console or MMC and load a snap-in called Local Group Policy Editor. Group policy is used to configure aspects of your system, including the working environment. In a Windows domain, the IT administrator can configure group policy on Windows servers that are pushed down to domain members to maintain a consistent security and working environment for all clients. So first, make sure you're logged into your Windows 10 or any Windows. Click to search the web and Windows text box. Type MMC, press enter and click yes. In the console that opens, click File and click Add/Remove Snap-in. In the Add or Remove Snap-ins dialog box, browse through the available snap-ins. Scroll down and click Group Policy Object Editor, and then click Add. In the Select Group Policy Object window, click Finish, and then click OK. In the left pane of the console, click to expand Local Computer Policy, Computer Configuration, and Window Settings. Then, click Security Settings. In the right pane, double-click Account Policies and then Password Policy. This is where policies are configured that control password and account lockout settings. In the left pane, click to expand User Configuration and the Administrative Templates, and then click Control Panel. The right pane displays a number of settings for Control Panel. The control panel can be completed, disabled, or customized with these settings. Browse through some additional settings in a domain environment. The administrator can configure any of these settings to affect selected users and computers in the domain. Close the console when prompted to save the settings. Click number 8 to stay logged on if you are continuing to the next tutorial. So next is we'll be exploring the libraries and the quick access list in Windows 10. You can create a new library in Windows 10, do a search, and then pin the search results to the quick access list in File Explorer. Let's get started. First, log in on your Windows. Open File Explorer by right-clicking Start and clicking File Explorer. To work with libraries, you must enable them in the navigation pane. To do so, click View in the File Explorer menu bar and then click Navigation pane. Click the select Show Libraries. If Show Libraries is already checked, skip this step. In the left pane of File Explorer, right-click Libraries, point to New, and click Library. Type Programs and press Enter to give the new library a name. Right-click Programs and click Properties. Click Add to add a new folder. Navigate to the C drive and click Program Files times 86. Click Include Folder. Then click Add to add a new folder. Navigate to the C drive and click Program Files. Click Include Folder. Click Change Library icon. Choose an icon from the list and click OK. Click OK to finish creating your library. Click the Expand Programs in the right pane. You see a list of files and folders contained in the two folders. Click the Search Programs text box at the top right of the File Explorer window and type Internet. This search will show all files and folders whose name or contents contain the word Internet. Click the Home menu in File Explorer and then click Pin to Quick Access. A new item is added under the Quick Access list in the left pane of the File Explorer. You see a search icon named Internet. Click Internet to see the search results in the right pane. From now on, you can click the Internet search icon in the Quick Access list to repeat the search results. Close File Explorer.
Hello! So for today's video, we're going to discuss Activity 3, specifically Project 3-1, which is all about the monitor processor usage with Task Manager. So we basically just need to follow the following instructions. So yeah, let us start. First, what we need to do is to first start your Windows, just like so. Then what we need to do next is to basically right click the taskbar and then look for task manager. So let's do that. So this is how it looks like. Now what we need to do next is to click the performance tab, then click CPU in the left pane. Performance tab, the CPU. So as you can see, there are other graph representations here that we can see. First is the CPU, the second is the memory, the third is this zero, the fourth one is the Ethernet, and the last one is the GPU. So next, going back to the CPU, um, we need to observe how the CPU history graph changes over time. So if we open and close a web browser 3 to 4 times, we should be able to see a very distinct increase in the CPU utilization. So let's actually try that. So this is because your computer allocates resources and it executes numerous processes. So when you perform the action that was stated here, which was the 3 to 4 times in its rapid succession, the CPU basically history graph won't just show one spike, but rather than several, which basically represents the accumulated load of each launch. So the graph basically reflects the total CPU load from the browser, the operating system's process management, and honor any other existing tasks that could be running in the background. So next, as we review the other informations presented that could learn about your CPU in the graph representation, you could see that the maximum speed of the CPU, its number of cores, its logical number of processors, the amount of L1, L2, and the cache, and as well as the other informations that are presented are basically existing in the graph. Now, the real question is, can you tell if the CPU supports hyper-threading by just comparing the total number of physical cores to the total number of logical processors? So the answer there is yes. You can tell if hyper-threading or AMD's SMT is enabled on CPU by just comparing the total number of physical cores to the total number of logical processors that reported by your operating system. Now, if the number of logical processors is greater than the number of physical cores, then typically double, then hyperthreading is considered as active because of the technology that makes each physical core appear as two logical processors. For instance, the CPU with four physical cores will basically show up as some kind of eight logical processors. That's when you can consider that hyperthreading is on. Conversely, if the numbers are equal, hyperthreading is either not supported by the CPU or it is basically disabled in the system's BIOS or UEFI system settings. So, yeah, after exploring your CPU's graph, um, you could go ahead and close the task manager. And that basically sums up this specific project, which is project 3-1, monitor processor usage with task manager. Hello! So for today's video, we're going to discuss Activity 3's Project 3-2, which is all about the checking of the processor status in the device manager. So just like the previous one, we just need to follow the specific instructions. So yeah, let us start. First is to, again, start your Windows 10 computer and log on, just like so. Next is to right click start and click device manager. So let's right click, look for device manager. So as you can see, this is how it looks. We can see here various amount of devices that we could check. Now what we need to do here is to double click processors and to look how many processors are displayed. Then double click a processor in the list. So we would like to scroll through and look for processors. Here it is. And then it says here click. Now as we can see here, my device specifically has one physical processor and four physical CPU cores that exist. So here it is. Here it is. Now let's click this again. Now what we need to do here is to click the general tab, then the general tab will show the manufacturer and the model of the CPU, and the device status box that shows the status of your CPU. So let's actually explore that part. So first here, this is the general tab. So this tab shows the device type, the manufacturer, and as well as the location of your processor. It also states your device status. So for my device, it is working properly. So we could go ahead for the next step. Now, we need to click the details tab. Then, here we're going to see a variety of information about the device and the device driver. Now we need to click the selection arrow under property and browse through the properties. We need to look for power data to see the various power states supported by the CPU. So we just click details tab. Now we shall click the device description. Now as you can see, the variety of information about your device and the device driver. Now what we need to do here is to look for the power data. Let's actually scroll down and look for it. Power data, here it is, power data. Let's click through that, and as you can see, we can see here the value, the current power state, and other important power state mappings, the power capabilities. And after looking through it, it states here that we need to close the processor properties dialog box and then close the device manager. So we need to cancel it. Let's actually close the device manager box. And lastly, we need to log off or shut down your PC. So yeah, that's project 3-2, the checking of processor status in the device manager.
So, Laboratory Activity 4, Windows. 4-1, explore the file system in Windows. Here, you're basically just opening your computer, checking your files, checking local disk, say as instructed here, changing the view to content so you could see other different stuff. And also, if you want to be sneaky, you could see the hidden items right here, like OneDrive temp. Although I do suggest not to mess with anything here because it might ruin your computer, but yeah, if you want that, sure, but I'll turn it back to normal because I'm not used to it. Alright, that's basically everything here. And for our 4-2, create folders on Windows. Everyone knows this, come on. We make create a folder Windows, yada yada. What's its name? It's going to be called yada yada. Wait, hold on. What the hell is this? I'll just delete that because I don't need that. Yada yada. So yeah, you can make a folder. Simple as that. What else is instructed? Click the home tab. Oh, okay, we're gonna explore the properties. So in the properties, you could go to general, sharing, security, previous versions, customize. This is basically where everything is. You could change the name here. You could choose your item to be hidden whenever it's in your here, right in this screen right here. Here, yeah. If you put your folder here and click hidden, it's gonna hide it like this. Kind of like this, yeah. But that's just a simpler version. So yeah, what else is needed here? Click cancel, yeah. Oh yeah, and another way to create folders is going through command prompt. Although I don't really suggest doing this because it's a bit of a hassle, but if you need it, it's always here. So the command prompt opens up here, blah blah blah. See? And from the command prompt, type mkdir, and that's this is the prompt to make a folder, and this is the prompt where, or like the wording of the name of your folder. Yada yada. dir. Yeah, but I really don't suggest it. It's just a waste of time. You could just basically just do this. Like, it's that simple, dude. Come on. Make sure never to delete these files, because if you did delete them, oh god. Fix corrupted motherboard MBR when Windows. So I'm not gonna be able to do this because it's not possible on my PC right now. So I'm just gonna explain how this works. Okay, so you go into the boot drive or the boot menu. Whenever you turn off your computer or restart it, you press a specific button, whether it be delete, escape, F12, yeah, or F2. So once you go into the boot drive, there's gonna be options where you could either repair or troubleshoot your PC, and that's all you need to do here. Yeah, see, that's the basic gist of it. Compress files in Windows. Okay, we're gonna compress files now. Let's go here. To compress files, just make a yada yada folder. Go to properties, and I believe it's around here. Oh yeah, it's advanced. You compress, and click OK. But I'm not gonna do that because I don't want to do it. Alright, and that's the end of it, and it's gonna end up looking like this. From this, it's going to turn into this. That's what happens when you compress your file. Those little arrow dots, it's like pinching the paper. Yeah. Run CHDisk. Okay, so running CHDisk on your PC, it's basically just going to the command prompt, copying and pasting CHDisk. I'm not gonna do that, and all it does is it's another way to like what do you call it? Like reports or bugs on your PC. If you want to troubleshoot it and see what's wrong with your PC, you could just do that command. Okay, that's laboratory activity 4. So, laboratory activity 5, Windows. Going into the BIOS using your boot drive. So, basic things, restart your computer, press either F1, F2, escape, or delete, or it depends on your PC or your motherboard on what its boot menu is, but on mine it's going to be delete. Once you're in the BIOS setup, this is what's going to look like. I'm not going to show it on my PC because I won't be able to do that. I don't have a capture card, so I'm going to show it true pictures. As you can see here, use the appropriate keys to change boot devices. This is where you choose from either your first boot drive or your second boot drive. You could switch from, it's like dual booting, so you have another OS, and you could switch from either one of them. For example, you have Linux on one of the boot drives, and you have Windows on another boot drive, so you could switch from Linux to Windows, yada yada. That's it. So yeah, that's the 5-1. 5-2, document install software in Windows. Okay, so first things off, control panel, that's where you need to go, and from there we go into programs. From there, take a screenshot, probably this way, blah blah blah. Click in the next box. Okay, so basically we're just going to the program features, checking our apps, and snipping tool. Yeah, see. Oh, by the way, to have a shortcut into snipping tool, you press Shift, Control S, and that's what gets you into snipping tool. Or either Windows Control Shift S to manually. Oh wait, not working. That's fine. It works here though. Yeah, see. So yeah, just takes a screenshot of like the text or images. But yeah, come on. Next would be. Let's see. Oh yeah, never mind. That's it. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Start your Windows. Start your Windows 10 computer. There's the Windows 11 computer. Right click. It's not there. feature, category, view by category, yeah. Hardware and sound, add a device link. Yeah. Next, add a device link. Windows for device, Windows can find when you must use a different method. For example, to add a printer, click Advanced Printer Setup. Try Device Manager. Click Cancel. What's the different method? To add a printer, click it. Printer to install. Click the printer I want isn't listed. The printer I want isn't listed. Add a device manually. From the Add Printer dialog box, you have several choices, including the option to add a shared network or Bluetooth printer. Shared printer, network, yep, all here. Click Add a local printer. Next. LPT1. Next. HP. HP color. I don't have those here. There's a Windows 11 computer now, Windows 10. You also have the option to supply a disk to get driver via Windows Update. Click Next. Do not share this printer. Print a test page. Because you aren't installing an actual printer, click Finish. Okay. Close all windows. Install a network printer in Windows 10. Okay. Control panel. Category view by option, click hardware and sound again. Advanced printer setup. I guess click this again. The printer I want is listed. To add a network printer, click add a printer. TCP address or host name. This one. Next. Okay, hold on. Net stat dash R. I have two choices. And I'll pick the longer one. One 192.168.1.19. 192.168.1.19. Please work, please work, please work. on, work. Please work. Gumana ka, please. Am I still recording? Yep. I need to do this. Click next. Next. Yes! Windows connects to quicker install the drivers. Next. Hey, good. Okay, next. Okay. Do not share this printer. Click print a test page. This test page briefly demonstrates the printed ability to print graphics and text and provides technical. Okay, and click finish. Okay, done with that. Device manager. There it is. Display adapters. Okay, this is the only one. General tab is displayed. You see the device status, which tells you the device is working properly. The device is working properly. Yep, that's what it says. Click the driver tab. Notice that you can click the update driver button to obtain. One is not already installed. Also click the rollback driver button. Rollback driver. If there's a problem with an updated driver, this button disabled. It is disabled. You can click disable to disable device without actually installing it. Uninstall button to remove a driver. Okay. Click the driver details button. Display drivers usually have a number of associated files. The driver file details dialog box lets you view the name and location of the driver files. Click OK. Click OK. Click the Resources tab to see the resource settings for the display adapter. Notice there are one or more I/O ranges, one or more memory ranges, and an IRO setting. A message at the bottom of the dialog box tells you if any conflicts are detected. No conflicts. Click Cancel and close Device Manager. Okay. Right-click Start and click Control Panel. Click the selection arrow next to View by. Click Small Icons. Click Mouse. Never found it. Mouse Properties Windows. Yeah, that looks exactly the same. Click the Pointers tab. Click the selection arrow under Scheme. And click Windows Inverted Extra Large. System Scheme. Windows Inverted Extra Large System Scheme. Whoa, that's a big mouse. Click OK. Oh my god, my mouse is huge! Move your mouse around your screen to see how it changes when you're inside the window and control panel. Click mouse again. Ah, it changed from black and white. Click the Pointers tab and select Windows. Default System Scheme. Windows Default System Scheme. Back to its original settings. Okay. Click the Pointer Options tab and review the options available. Click the Show Location of Pointer when I press the Control key. Oh my god. Wow. Okay, mouse pointer. Press Control. Notice the concentric circles displayed around the mouse pointer, which helps you locate the mouse pointer easily. The circles are very helpful when you are using multiple monitors. In Control Panel, click Mouse again. Click the remaining tabs to see. Okay. Buttons. Switch primary and secondary buttons. Ah, I guess that's for if you're left-handed. Ah, sorry. Oh my god, I need this. hardware. This is working properly. And that's it.
Hello! So for today's video, we are back and we're going to discuss activity 7, specifically 7-1, which will discuss the use of Windows Disk Management tool. So let us start, and as per usual, we need to start or log on to our Windows, just like so. So the next thing that we need to do is to right click start and click disk management. Right click start and then look for disk management. There it is, as you can see, all its glory. What we need to do next is to look if there's a message about initializing a disk. Then if so, we need to click OK. But since mine looks already good, there is basically nothing else more to discuss. Let us move on. There are basically two panes in disk management. First is the upper pane, this one, and this shows the summary of configured volumes and the basic information about each volume. The lower part, on the other hand, shows the installed disk and how each disk is being used. Let's move on. Now what we need to do is to right click the C volume in the upper pane and note some of the options that we have. So let's actually do that. Right click this one. So as you can see, we have here open, explore, mark partition as active, change drive letter and paths, format, extended volume, shrink volume, add mirror, delete volume, properties, and help. Now what we need to do next is, in the lower pane, we need to find disk 1. If its status is online and initialized, we shall skip this next step. Otherwise, right click disk 1 and click online. Right click it again and click initialize this to open the dialog box shown in the image below. And as you can see, it says here online on both, so we shall skip that part. Now we need to right click the unallocated space of disk 1 and notice the options for making the unallocated space into a new volume. Now since we don't have here a unallocated file, as you can see, we shall create one first. So what we need to do is to then shrink volume. We just have to wait for a couple of minutes, rather a couple of seconds. And while we are waiting, we are doing this since we don't have an allocated file. There. Now we have to shrink some files for us to be able to make an allocated one. So let's just say 5,000 here. Yeah, let's shrink that one and let's wait. Now as you can see, we have created here an allocated file which is needed for our next step. We have to right click the space of disk 1 and then notice the options for making the unallocated space into a new volume. The term partition was used instead of volume in Windows Vista and Windows Server 2008 and newer versions. The term volume is often used instead when preparing this for use. Now let's check the next step. Now we have to right click the unallocated file, then click New Simple Volume to start the New Simple Volume wizard. In the welcome window, click Next. So we have to click New Simple, then we have to click Next. So in the specify volume size window, type 500 to make 500 MV volume, and then click Next. Let's click 500, then we shall click Next. Next is in the assign drive letter or path window, you have the option to assign a drive letter or mount the new volume into a folder on another volume. From the drop down menu, next to the assign the following drive letter, click drive letter S and then click Next. For S, here it is. Then we shall click Next. Now what we need to do next is to format the partition window. We shall click the file system list arrow and note the available options. We shall click NTFS to select it as a file system, and in the volume label text box type data vol1 and then click Next. Let's type here data vol1. Then we shall click Next. Now we shall review the settings summary and then click Finish. Then we shall watch the space where the new volume has been created. And after a short pause, the volume should begin to format. When formatting is finished, the volume status should be healthy, primarily partition. So let's click Finish. There. And after all of those, we shall close all open windows, stay logged on if you're continuing to a next project, or otherwise log off or shut down your computer. And that's it for project 7-1 using the Windows Disk Management tool.
So, continuing to 7-2, work with volumes in disk management. So first of all, obviously open your PC, go to disk management, and from here you're going to see your data volume that you created in your previous project, or in the previous instructions anyway. So data vol, as you can see here, it's already created, and what we're going to do next is confirm that it's in FAT32. So here it is FAT32, or actually it's actually NFTS right now, so, which is fine. So what we're gonna do next is going to be extending the volume. So here, you right click the volume, then this option will pop up. Change the partition to 500. Then that's it. Basically just extending your partition to the volume if ever you do want a bigger partition or a smaller one. You could also shrink to 500 so it would go back to the way it was earlier. And they're here, and yeah, I click blah 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 and convert dynamic. Yeah. So yeah, I'm not able to do this, but basically what happens here is that it's going to be the same thing but mirroring a previous partition to another partition. So imagine if you had a partition here. Hold on, let me just here. If you had a partition here and here, you could mirror this to here, so that it would be the same volume, but not the same files inside, if you know what I mean. And yeah, that's going to be 7-2. For 7-3, work with virtual disk in Windows. Obviously, open your Windows, open disk management. To open disk management, it's going to be right here. Disk management. There we go. So, and this is going to open up. And from there, what we're going to do is create and attach virtual disk or hard disk dialog below. here. So to create a virtual disk, you have to go into action, and this part will pop up. Type S virtual VHD or search in the browse. Click OK. And what's supposed to happen next is it's supposed to make a disk too. See, right over here, another disk. That's basically the entire thing. Yada yada yada. You have to extend, maximize this, yada yada. You're going to assign the letter for the disk so that it could be read by your system. Yeah, and if you go to File Explorer, it's going to be showed there. But since I didn't do it in my computer and I'm just showing you the pictures of it, as long as you follow the instructions, your disk will be shown here as its own drive, if you know what I mean. And yeah, click the S drive, yada yada. Yeah, see, it's basically the same thing. And after that, you're done. Thank you.